After spending some time together in Radhadesh, a group of friends decided to travel together to the holy places of Vrindavan and Mayapur. Join us on our journey to the main temples established by the 6 Goswamis, our Govardhana Parikrama, our trip to Vaishnava, our visit to Mayapur. Yesterday we have arrived at Govardhana Hill. We are now staying in the Bhakti-Vedanta ashram. It's really nice here, very simple. It's a little bit austere compared to the hotel we have been before. The beds are almost as hard as the floor. But it's a very peaceful and quiet environment. So I just show you some footage here, how it looks around here. It's very favorable for practicing spiritual life. It reminds really of a typical monastery, and so I'm looking forward to spend the next few days here. And today we go for the Govardhana Parikrama, which happens to be just at the other side of the ashram. And yeah, really looking forward to it. It's the first time I will ever do this here, and yeah.
Meditate that we're doing this on behalf of all the devotees. Many devotees ask, pray for us, and this we can do it for their benefit.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
The pastime of Krishna lifting Govardhana Hill to protect the citizens of Raja is a very famous narration amongst Gaudiya Vaishnavas. One day, Nanda Maharaj was organizing a great puja for the worship of Lord Indra. Krishna was objecting this worship by saying, Lord Indra is not responsible to send rain, and that we need not worship him because the rain falls on its own accord. Krishna convinced the cowherd man that instead Govardhana Hill, which supplies all the fresh grass for the cows and other valuable resources we use daily, should instead be worshipped. This festival was known as Govardhana Puja and is celebrated to this day in temples dedicated to Lord Krishna's worship. Indra, the lord of the Devatas, was very angered that this child Krishna has spoiled his puja and sent the Samvartaka clouds that only come when there is a universal destruction to punish all the residents of Gokula. Krishna saved them by holding Govardhana Hill for 7 days, like an umbrella to protect the Vrajavasis from the rain. Today, Govardhana Hill can still be visited, even though it has shrunken in size dramatically over time. It is still one of the most sacred places of Vrindavan to visit.
Monkey's so amazing.
One reason Govardhana is so sacred is because Krishna performed many pastimes around this area which we visited. Our dear friend Robert Prabhu bought a book describing all the pastimes that happened in these places, which he kindly narrated to us.
In the Mathura Mahatmya it is said, the sacred Govinda Kund has been created at the place where Lord Krishna was bathed by the enemy of the Yadus named Indra. It is filled with the water that washed Krishna's body. Just by taking bath there one attains liberation. This sacred Kunda was created when Lord Indra performed an elaborate abhishek of Sri Krishna with water from the celestial river Ganges. This happened after Krishna had defeated Indra by lifting Govardhana hill to save the Vrajavasis from the devastating rains sent by Indra to punish the Vrajavasis. After Indra had performed the Abhishek of Krishna, the demigods headed by Brahma and Shiva also bathed Krishna and then performed an elaborate Aratik ceremony with ghee lamps, incense, chamaras and various other paraphernalia. Lord Brahma then crowned Krishna as Govinda, the Lord of the cows. Srila Jiva Goswami has said that because all the demigods reside within a body of a cow, when the demigods anointed Krishna as the king of the cows, they were automatically crowned him as the king of the demigods.
We then continued to walk along the path leading to the next sacred kund.
And offered her own prayers of glorification to Lord Krishna, humbly requesting him to forgive Indra for his great offense in attempting to devastate Vrindavan.
This is Giridhari.
We then went forward to go to Uddhavakund, passing various streets in the village and finding some interesting wildlife. Nila guy.
Actually, we weren't.
Nila means blue.
Like Nilakanta,
Blue guy.
a blue antelope.
This kund is Pushpavana. It is said to have been originally established by Vajranabha Maharaj. It lies just behind Kusum Sarovar. The kund is dedicated to Krishna's most dear friend Uddhav, who eternally resides here in Pushpavana in a form of grass known as Kulmalata. Uddhava's sitting place, Baitak, is nearby on the banks of Kusum Sarovar.
Sitting there at Pushpavana, also known as Uddhavakund, every one of us was a bit tired from walking. It must have been around 20 kilometers we walked so far, but we all were looking greatly forward for the most special place we were yet to visit.
Can you read something about Radhakund as well?
Of the many objects of favored delight, and of all the lovable damsels of Rajabhumi, Srimati Radharani is certainly the most treasured object of Krishna's love. And in every respect her divine kund is described by great sages as similar dear to him. Undoubtedly, Radhakund is very rarely attained, even by the great devotees. Therefore it is even more difficult for ordinary devotees to attain. If one simply bathes once within those holy waters, one's pure love of Krishna is fully aroused. Unfortunately, this is where the parikram ended for me. There were a few locals here who asked a donation from me in a way that I felt push to give more than I wanted, and it made me really upset. I felt cheated. My lips were quivering. How can these men use such rude methods to get money in this holy place? I was so angered that I went straight back to the ashram. I was also tired from the long walking, and we must have spent a total of 8 hours walking and reading, so I was looking forward to take rest in our ashram. On this day, there was a celebration to honor the great devotee Gaura Govinda Swami and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura, which we all wanted to attend. I hope you enjoyed our parikram, and be sure to subscribe to get noted for the next video, our trip through Vaishnava.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.